Unless you're raising sell them and we could show that you're doing it, just like we helped out off of it. Show you're doing that, but most of the time we don't see that. Primarily it works. And some extremely exotic things like some coffee. We do that with the aquarium. Normally it's okay, Hawaii homeland. The president trying to work for we can lend money to lease if you're on a Hawaii homeland. We can lend term loans to it can go up to 15 years. And we're trying to get to the point where we can also lend just like road development now. You can build a home, but you want to build a block. So we have a Hawaiian homeland with guarantee a loan. You make the payment and you get it 30 foot down for you, or something happens and you have to leave the land. So you can also we haven't got that totally done yet. And you get a little pushback from national. But not yet. Right now you can do up to 50. The president of what?
Right now we can do around.
Yeah, if you let them go, it'll keep going. All right, home stretch. Almost there. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Calvin. I'm the county director for Farm Service Agency. Basically, you've heard about sort of us through these other agencies, everything like that. But as you know, USDA is a huge department. You know, we're one of 29 agencies, 100,000 employees, crazy amount of things. But of those 29 agencies, we're kind of sister agencies with NRCS, Rural Development. Sort of have this one USDA thing where we all work together. The reason for that is we all have certain aspects that we are highlighted and we can help out farmers and ranchers. So for us, Farm Service Agency, we usually are considered sort of the gatekeepers because we deal with all the eligibility paperwork and all that stuff. So usually when you turn in paperwork to NRCS, they just give it to me and then I have to process it. So it's just sort of a, nice little family deal. But with Farm Service Agency, we have various different programs and services we use. There's a lot. They're always adding stuff and there's always things going on. But primarily what I do, other than eligibility, is we have other programs to help out farmers and ranchers. We have conservation programs, we have disaster-related programs, and then we also have ad hoc programs that are only usually just 1 year. If they're popular, sometimes we can get them to get refunded for other years after that. What I mean by refunding is we live by the Farm Bill. 2023, they were supposed to pass the Farm Bill, but politics is politics. So all they've done is they've had a continuing resolution the last 2 years. So just last December, they did the American Relief Act, extended the Farm Bill from 2018 for another year. So the programs that we had last year, we should be having again. And the reason I say that is one of our actually, before I get there, if you can't get a hold of us or anything like that, or if you don't want to talk to us, you want to do internet research yourself, I understand some people don't like conversations. I understand that. You can also go to farmers.gov. Farmers.gov is a great resource. Do a lot of searching and find programs, things that you are custom tailoring for yourself. But once you start having questions, then you can contact us. So contact us, bring documents. If you're not sure, we usually can talk you through it. Especially when we give you these eligibility documents, a lot of times people see them, they get kind of cross-eyed and are like, what am I supposed to do here? So for me, I usually just say, hey, come on in, I'll walk you through it. It's not that you're not putting me out of my place, because that's what my job is. My job is to help you get into these programs, help you get eligibility. So bring documents, consult with us, apply. Just like Buddy said, you can apply for farm loans through us. And I'll probably pass it on to them, but everything we can do, you can just come to us and we can get you through there. One of our most popular programs on this island is our reimbursement transportation cost payment program. Now, this is one that is technically an ad hoc program, but it's been refunded for the last couple of years. And because we have this continued resolution, I'm pretty sure it'll be refunded again. And what this does is that your cost for farming, it's going to offset this transportation cost. We're on an island, we're far away, it costs a lot more for us to get implements, fertilizer, seeds, equipment, all these different things. Anything that you spend money on your farm, for the most part, is eligible in this program. Okay. Chemicals and fertilizer, equipment parts, feed, supplies, plants, et cetera, et cetera. I highly encourage people. I don't know who said it earlier. I think JB said it. It's like doing your taxes every year. All right. Keep your receipts. At the end of the year, you're paying yourself to get a reimbursement for those receipts. Our max cap for that program is $8,000. So let's say you spend about $32,000, $36,000, you're going to get $8,000 back for you sitting down, organizing your receipts and showing that, hey, this is what I'm spending on my farm. Let me get some of that cost back. So for this, I always try and push it. Usually what happens is the program opens in the late summertime, and there's kind of two deadlines. You apply for the program, and then afterwards, you gotta turn in your supporting documentation, your receipts. All right. So apply, deadline usually is like end of September, early October, and then supporting documentation by November, mid-November-ish. Then you got to go through the process, and then by early spring, you should get a nice little reimbursement, just like it's tax season. Some of the other programs I just wanted to highlight, just real quick. Farm loans, Buddy went over that. But other programs that we do consistently run here is NAP, our non-insured crop disaster program. Basically, the crops that RMA talked about, bananas, coffee, papaya, they typically are insured by RMA, but we have all these other diversified crops on this island, taro, long gone, you name it. This program actually helps ensure that for disaster. So we had the big rainstorm last April. I had some producers come through and they just happened to put in huli drills the week before. And guess what? They got wiped out. Because they were in this program, I was able to actually reimburse them, get them money so they can start their next process. And so this is something that I always like, hey, if you're a historically disadvantaged population, it's even better because usually you don't get no service fee, everything like that. And very helpful. Other disaster assistance programs we have, LFP, LIP, ECP, ELAP, TAP. Basically, these are all disaster related. So we had, right now we're in a drought right now. So our ranchers are really struggling to water their livestock. So this LFP comes into play and will help reimburse some of the costs of feed and that water resources that you need. Couple other programs that are also that I think are really good, especially for people that want to get on their more organic sides. We have this organic certified cost share program. So the cost to get organic certified, it will help you reimburse those costs up to about $1,500. So, sometimes, especially they got to fly people in, cost you $2,000 to $3,000, you can almost half of that back to help with that certification cost. The other thing that we have is food safety certification, specialty crops. You're getting your water tested. You got to pay for those labs, everything like that. This is something that will help you out with that. I do have to, sorry, I got to go back a little bit. One thing for us, our programs are for ranchers and farmers. If you're doing this backyard garden subsistence, I can't say that word right now. There you go. Thanks for the help. We're focused on commercial farming and ranching. So, I got to emphasize, when you come to me, you're selling something. Okay. And we cover nonprofits, everything. It's just, our focus is helping people that are actually trying to grow food for our island and keeping our industry in business. Okay. So I just went real quick through just sort of FSA. Really isn't much more to say. I like to talk to people. Come talk to me. You got questions, even if you don't think you qualify or not, we like to help out. We're just trying to help people out. We want to help farmers and ranchers. We want to keep this industry going. Super important. Everybody got to eat, right? And so, any questions? Pretty quick. All right. Well, I also have my business card. If you want to shoot me an email, if you're one that doesn't like to talk face to face as well, take my business card. I'll pass it out, and then hopefully we'll be seeing you. If you guys sign up for Soil Water Conservation District, NRCS stuff, RMA, I'm at least going to see your paperwork. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you. Oh yeah.
So does the transportation program reimburse or help with costs to send your value-added product shipping?
Shipping.
Okay.
The thing is, it won't help you with like, okay, prime example, you sell cut flowers. Oh, well, in my cut flowers, I like to buy some candy and throw that in there in the box. And then it'll pay for the shipping of the cut flowers. But if you're saying like, oh, I'm paying for this other thing, we don't cover that. But the cut flower shipping itself, yes. We help out, we got some pineapple growers that shipping pineapples back and forth. We cover that. We help reimburse that as well.
So yeah, so your product value-added, you through it, process it, you're sending it, have a charge, shipping, you help.
Yes, it's very helpful program. It's just like I said, there's just little things sometimes like I can't add that little thing because it's not something that you do yourself. Yeah, so your FedEx, USPS, yeah, you keep that. And that's all. Hey, keep that and just rationalize, hey, shipping my product.
And you guys, like, you participate in the conference, and like, paper. Are you guys doing digital stuff now?
We do accept digital. We definitely accept. I love digital because it's a lot less paperwork. But what we do need is we do need to see a valid receipt and it actually having a description of some sort, like shipping, FedEx, USPS. It's pretty straightforward. But
if you have like gas receipt.
gas receipt's straightforward. Yeah.
Wait, can you take a picture of it or scan it?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I see that date, see that gas receipt, we're good to go. Yeah. But I have had receipts, and I'll just be honest with you. Receipts, we look at it, and it's like, underwear, DVDs. Okay, yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's like that that don't qualify, you know? I get it. Sometimes people are in a rush and they're doing it and they get staked in, but we have to actually go through and look at all of the receipts. Yeah. Well, that is one of those little difficult areas, part of the program. Otherwise, it's super helpful. Any other questions? What qualifies as a disaster? It has to be declared disaster either from the federal government or the state government. So for example, last spring, April storms, we had a lot of rain. We got a state declaration. Well, first I had a mayor declaration, then we had a state delegation. And then our federal government recognized that we needed help. So then we got a designation from there. So that's usually what qualifies. Right now we're going through a drought and there's a US drought monitor. In there, it'll actually send out a notice saying that you officially reached 8 weeks of D2 drought or you hit D3 drought. So now you qualify for opening this program. Yeah. But the software hasn't opened up yet, so
I will say, Calvin did that storm. If you ever question Calvin, he came and ran through modded swamp without doing his FSA down. It was pretty ranky, so
yeah,
Calvin gets the job.
Yeah, lots of good pair of slippers on that one. Any questions? Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Well, while I'm passing out, we good together? Yeah.
I think something else to point out for drought is it's by county, so you may be in an area where it's not necessarily in drought, but if the entire county, if it's the county is considered to be in drought, even if you're in a wet area, you still qualify.
Yes. For specifically the program I'm talking about, it's countywide. There is another program that is very specific on regions, but that's a whole nother thing.
I just want to say that we have a agency value added, with them. So like, let's say you have a product and in the process of developing that product, they have funds to help, you know, things like the design, the packaging, renting of a certified kitchen, and things like that. And I think it is with regardless of
Absolutely.
I think,
So right now, rural development, NRCS and FSA, all located in the same area. So you come see one of us, we can easily get you a hold of any, just let you know.
Loans also apply to, guidelines. So once you produce the crop, you know, people over. If you become a price.
Yeah, anything in your realm, that has to do with marketing?
and
just-
ag marketing.
Yeah, ag
service.
marketing service, we unfortunately just had a program that just closed last Friday. So unfortunately missed that out, but, contact us, and get on our email, send in a customer data worksheet. Then you can get on the emails where basically USDA will give you, hey, this program's open and it'll give you
Yeah.
those kind of things.
The background of this businesses that, are funded and, could possibly use the product that we, but I can't get into the value added program for some reason, but can we, you know,
Yes, send us an email. We'll figure it out. One of us- Yeah. Yeah, on Wright Street.
okay.
I think Rich, the address, right?
Yeah, actually, there it is, right there. Yeah. It's, you know where social security? Yeah, it's on my card too. Yeah, if you know where social security office is, we're right across from that.
And are there any programs that help with shipping?
Shipping, other than the RTCP, there isn't anything off the top of my head that currently we do.
Yeah.
No.
The shipping cost is like,
Yeah, shipping.
it's, I really have to keep our customer base on Kauaʻi.
Yeah.
You know, shipping costs.
Absolutely.
No problem.
But I would say email me, like I said, they open up programs all the time. We had a program that was unfortunately was marketing related. They opened it in the middle of December and they literally closed it last Friday. This is one of the quicker ones that were like, hey, we're putting this out there. Get in on it now, or you know.
So will they open it up again?
We could be hopeful. It all depends on participation and if people are asking for that. So also, you know, contacting your congressional delegation, being like, hey, we want more programs like this. Hey, could you